Hi there, and thanks for checking out this video. I'm John from TennisCompanion, and today we're talking about tennis racket string patterns. Before we jump in, I wanted to let you know about a new product I designed, the TennisCompanion Vibration Dampener. Built with a uniquely formulated soft rubber compound, these dampeners will improve your racket's feel and enhance its sound. They feature specialized teeth to prevent them from falling out, thoughtful construction that fits all racket models, and a clean, lightweight design. To check out all the details, just hit the shop link below the video. A string pattern refers to the number of main and cross strings a racket contains. It's one of several attributes manufacturers use to modify a frame's performance. Similar to a racket's weight, head size, or stiffness, string patterns change performance, including power, spin, feel, and the ball's trajectory or launch angle as it leaves the racket. The degree of change is directly related to the number of strings added or subtracted and the spacing between them. You'll find string patterns expressed as main strings by cross strings. For example, 16 by 19. Therefore, a 16 by 19 string pattern refers to a racket with 16 main strings, those running vertically, and 19 cross or horizontal strings. These days, it's common for adult rackets to list the string pattern on the frame. However, if for any reason it's not printed on your racket, you can simply count the number of mains and crosses to come up with your pattern. The most common string patterns are 16 by 18, 16 by 19, 16 by 20, and 18 by 20. However, plenty of other unique patterns exist if you dig deep enough. Here's a complete list of those currently offered by top brands. Of course, other patterns exist, especially if you look back at the history of rackets, and you can expect these to change over time. The same pattern in different racket models can also vary slightly. For example, two 98 square inch frames may organize a 16 by 19 string pattern differently by playing with the spacing between the strings. Moreover, a 16 by 19 string pattern in a 98 square inch head size won't perform exactly like the same pattern using a 100 square inch head size. Despite those nuances, we can still give players a general sense of what to expect when brands add or subtract strings to modify a pattern. Players often refer to racket string patterns as opened or closed. An open string pattern features fewer strings placed further apart, while a closed pattern incorporates more strings, resulting in a denser pattern with strings organized closer together. Here's a table showcasing all currently available string patterns and their classification. I define an open string pattern as one with 35 or fewer total main and cross strings, while a closed design uses 36 or more. One isn't better or worse than the other, but their use does impact a racket's performance. Here's what you can expect from each type. These attributes are further enhanced as a pattern becomes more opened or closed. For example, a 16 by 15 string pattern will offer better spin potential than a 16 by 19 string pattern, assuming all else is equal. Of course, there are diminishing returns. In a 100 square inch head size, a super open 10 by 12 string pattern wouldn't be effective, as the response would be erratic and uncontrollable. Meanwhile, a highly dense 24 by 26 string pattern would have a board-like feel and lack control with minimal grip. That's why a handful of string patterns for rackets are more common than others. Through testing, companies slowly figured out what works best, and the 16 by 19 and 18 by 20 reign supreme. One of the questions I often get is which string pattern is the best at delivering a specific performance characteristic, including spin, power, control, and comfort. While opinions vary, here are my picks for the string patterns and head sizes that deliver optimal performance for these characteristics without overly sacrificing in other areas. To maximize spin, I've consistently found the 16 by 19 string pattern with a racket head size between 98 and 100 square inches to deliver optimal spin while maintaining excellent performance in other areas. Control is one of the most sought-after attributes for players, and the 18 by 20 string pattern with a racket head size between 97 and 100 square inches is my favorite for the task, delivering a firmer feel and more consistent response for added precision. To enhance power, opting for an open 16 by 19 string pattern is ideal. However, in this case, I encourage a head size of at least 100 square inches so you end up with more of a trampoline effect which results in a livelier, more robust response. All else equal, an open string pattern will provide a more forgiving feel, while a denser string pattern will be firmer, resulting in less comfort. For that reason, a 16x19 string pattern with a racket head size between 98 and 100 square inches is ideal for comfort. Please keep in mind that string patterns are one of many attributes to consider for delivering optimal performance in any of these areas. For example, just because a racket has a 16x19 string pattern doesn't mean it's a comfortable frame. You'll need to consider other factors including weight, balance, stiffness, strings, and tension for optimal performance in any one area. As you might have noticed, all the string patterns I recommended in this section are 16x19 and 18x20. These are the most popular for good reason and the only two used by all racket manufacturers. That's not to knock other string patterns or to suggest they can't be effective, but nearly all players can achieve their desired performance with these two while considering other racket attributes and their strings. The 16x19 and the 18x20 are the most popular string patterns which deliver distinct performance characteristics. Here's a look at the differences you can expect from one option compared to the other. The 16x19 is an open string pattern with more spacing between the strings. As a result, it helps enhance topspin and power, while delivering a more forgiving feel and a higher shot trajectory for added depth of shot. On the other hand, the 18x20 is a denser closed string pattern with less spacing between the strings, which results in a tighter, more consistent response that aids control and precision. It also delivers a firmer feel and a lower shot trajectory that works well for players who hit flat or want to reduce the arc on their ground strokes. Ultimately, what's best for you depends on your individual needs and preferences. If you're still struggling to decide between the two, try demoing a model offering both string patterns, such as the Wilson Blade 98 or the Babolat Pure Strike. Doing so will help you gain first-hand experience and feel the difference, which is invaluable. If you like this video, you might enjoy 5 Point Friday, a weekly recap of the 5 most interesting things I dig up in the world of tennis. To sign up, head on over to TennisCompanion and create a free account. As a bonus, you'll receive access to our members-only forum for discussing all things tennis. If you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.